Ati nini? Nani? Bas, nimesikia. Asante. Nimesikia, nimeshika mahali shida iko.
Welcome back once again to Frontliner YouTube channel, and thank you so much for your great support always. Now, my fellow Kenyans, before I analyze to you what happened to the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Kindiki, while selling two-term narrative ahead of 2027 election and a broad-based government between President William Samoei Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga, allow me to give you the exclusive updates on what happened in the last 24 hours, where 2 GSU officers was killed illegally, where yesterday on Monday, a GSU officer guarding State House dies after being shot with a bow and arrow by a 56-year-old man who claims that he was sent by the devil. How? How can a devil send you to go and murder somebody at State House? How can that one happen? Then the second GSU officer was killed after a dispute at Embakasi Hotel. A GSU officer stationed at JKI was found dead after violent altercation with a civilian at a hotel in Embakasi, Nairobi. Witnesses say that the officer was strangled during the fight before his body was discovered in a water trench. Police have launched a manhunt for the suspect as investigation is continuing. But before we proceed with this analysis, allow me to play for you a clip of a video by Trevor Ombija trying to analyze to you or to bring for you the exclusive updates on what is happening on what happened to 2 GSU officers, so that we can proceed with our analysis on what happened to the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Kindiki. But before you watch the video, ensure that you like our videos, please. When you like the video, you automatically shows your support on what we are doing on this platform. Thank you so much, and you can watch the video.
Much for tuning in. Our sign language tonight is Belinda Phillips. So tonight we begin with a shocking breach at one of the country's most secure installations, State House, Nairobi. A GSU officer stationed at the main entrance was attacked and fatally wounded by an intruder who attempted to force his way into the compound. The assailant, armed with a spear, struck just once outside Gate D, and access point often used by members of the public. And as Franklin Wala now reports, in a separate incident, another GSU officer manning JKIA's perimeter wall was strangled to death by a civilian. 2 officers from the elite unit have now been killed within 24 hours. Both suspects are in police custody awaiting court proceedings.
At exactly 8:10 a.m., panic gripped the main entrance of State House, Nairobi, when this man forcefully attempted to gain entry into the heavily guarded compound. Efforts by GSU officers manning the gate to stop him were met with fierce resistance. The intruder, armed with a bow and arrows, retreated briefly before ducking behind a vehicle under routine security checks. In a flash, he pulled out a bow from a sack, took aim, and released an arrow, striking one of the officers in the chest. The officer collapsed as his colleagues scrambled to neutralize the threat. He was rushed to Kenyatta National Hospital, but doctors pronounced him dead on arrival. Back at the scene, officers subdued and arrested the attacker, later identified as 56-year-old Kithuka Kimonyi. In a brief interrogation, the suspect bizarrely claimed he had been sent by Satan to commit the act. The shocking incident, now under investigation as a murder case, occurred within one of the country's most secure installations. The fallen officer has since been identified as Ramadan Hamisi Matanka. His family, still in disbelief, arrived at KNH moments after being informed of his death. His father described him as a devoted son, their only child who had left home that morning in high spirits after a brief prayer. Barely an hour later, at around 9 a.m., a phone call shattered their peace. His father says he was told his only child, his pride and hope, was gone. The family is now awaiting a post-mortem as they prepare to lay their loved one to rest, holding on to hope that justice will prevail. The suspect remained detained at Kilimani police station awaiting court process. Meanwhile, in a separate incident, another GSU officer, Nation Katumo, who was manning a perimeter wall at JKIA, was strangled to death by a civilian. His killing brings to 2 the number of GSU officers slain by members of the public within just 24 hours. An unsettling reminder of the dangers faced by those guarding the nation's most critical.
So that is what happened in the last 24 hours, where 2 GSU officers have been killed and taken to Lee Funeral Home. Back to our analysis as usual. Now, my fellow Kenyans, nakuambia kimemwana. Some of William Samoei Ruto's allies, starting from himself to MCA, are having tough situation on the ground while trying to sell William Samoei Ruto's presidency and also William Samoei Ruto's project ahead of 2027 election, so that President William Samoei Ruto can be elected again as the 6th President of the Republic of Kenya. Because yesterday, Professor Kindiki, not yesterday, on Sunday, Professor Kindiki was in Mombasa while defending William Samoei Ruto's presidency and also while selling the project that William Samoei Ruto have been doing since he was sworn in as the 6th President of the Republic of Kenya. But the crowd that was hired to make sure that they chant 2-term against the government of President William Samoei Ruto was spotted heckling Professor Kindiki. I wanted to watch this video because Kindiki was totally angered. And you need to understand that 2-term narrative is being forced by William Samoei Ruto's camp, but 1-term narrative is something that is organic in the Republic of Kenya because it is something that is not being forced. It is natural right now. Opposition leaders are not the people that are forcing 1-term narrative. It is something that is being forced by the citizen of this country of Kenya because of unfulfilled promises that have been witnessed under the leadership of President William Samoei Ruto since he was sworn in and as the 6th President of the Republic of Kenya. And before we proceed with this analysis, allow me to play for you a clip of the video on how Professor Kindiki was totally embarrassed and heckled in Mombasa.
Kama hili ati nini nani? Basi nimesikia, asante, nimesikia, nimeshika mahali shida iko. Sikiza wewe vijana, sikiza. Asante, tumesikia. Sasa uzuri wa kusimama hapa, najua wengi wenu mngetaka kuongea, lakini nimesikia vile mmesema, na hivyo mmesema tutafanya. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Naomba munisikize. Hii leo hapa aliyekuja hapa ni Deputy President wa Kenya. Amekuja kuweza, na mumemwambia vile ilivyo, sio? Mumesema ya kuwa boti ilipozama wale watu ambao walikuwa wawe ni life savers hawakuweko. Mumemwambia ya kuwa kulikuwa kuwe na life jacket, wale life savers hawakuwapatia life jackets. Lakini mimi nawaambia, nimekuwa hapa kuanzia siku ya kwanza. Naomba munisikie yale maneno niliyowaambia siku ya kwanza. Wakati sisi tuko hapa tunaleta lawama, kuna ndugu zetu lazima tuzike. Wakati tuko hapa tunaanza kunyosha vidole, kuna ndugu zetu lazima tuweze kuweka mbele za haki. Na mimi nawaambia, na unajua nawaambia kwa sababu nawapenda, sio? Sasa hapa nimesikia ya kuwa lazima mwili upatikane. Boti zile ziko pale ni 10 na sasa hii tunavyoongea, nisikizeni, kwa sababu kama nyinyi hamwezi kuheshimu yule alioenda mbele ya haki, mimi nitamheshimu. Sasa hivi tunavyoongea kuna mwili mmoja ambao umepatikana. Mwili umepatikana na huko kwa boti unaletwa. Lakini naomba wale ambao watawachwa kuingia pale sasa hivi ni family ya wale waloweza, ili waweze kuidentify ni nani. Na tumezungumza na Deputy President Mbadi Twalib, yuko hapa. Ule mkono wa wale ambao kwamba waloweza kwenda mbele za haki, Mbadi Twalib atadili na wao. lakini mimi naomba wana Bangla nisikizeni. Wana Bangla nisikizeni. Haiwezekani tusiweze kwenda kuzika wenzetu. Ni lazima tupeane familia ya wale ambao kwamba waloweza kupoteza maisha yao nafasi waangalie wa mwili. Tumeelewana mpaka hapo? Kwa hivyo mimi nitaomba hapa, ile security iko hapa, ni lazima tuheshimu wale walioenda mbele za haki. Security wako hapa, Badi Twalib yuko hapa, Fulangenge ata identify wale family, watu 3 ama wawili, waangalie mwili tuutoe wa kwanza. Baada ya hapo mtawapatia nafasi wale maboti zote 17 zilioko pale ziendelee kutafuta hiyo mili nyingine. Tukimaliza kutoa hiyo mwili, sasa tutakaa na wale ambao walikuwa kwa boti pamoja na wale ambao kwamba walikuwa ni investigative arms, tuangalie ya kwa haki imeweza kuangaliwa na kuweza kutendeka. Tumefahamikiana mpaka hapo?
That is the video, and that one is a red alert to tell William Samoei Ruto that one-term narrative can happen. One-term narrative is unstoppable, even if the government is spending billions and billions to make sure that they hire crowd to stop embarrassment each and every day. But what I can say is that let us register as a voter. Because of what have been witnessed in Africa after 2 sitting presidents have been made one term by opposition leaders. It happened in Malawi few weeks ago. It happened in Seychelles in fact 2 days ago, when a sitting president was made a one-term president by opposition leaders. So even here in Kenya, we can make it. We can actually make it, because right now William Samoei Ruto is so stressful ahead of 2027 election by the unity that is now happening under opposition leaders between Gachagwa's camp, Matiang'i's camp, Kalonzo's camp, Eugene Wamalwa, Martha Karua, and any other opposition leaders that are busy uniting together to make sure that they are going to form a one stronger coalition that is going to defeat President William Samoei Ruto on the ballot box ahead of 2027 election, as we are going to face the rogue politicians in the Republic of Kenya, so that we can decide that so and so will resume the office and continue with the work that he used to do during his 5th term. And also, we can also make sure that other people are not going to occupy the office according to what they did during the 5th term year that they were occupying public offices. Thank you so much, my fellow Kenyans, and let us meet in the next video that is going to be uploaded shortly. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share our videos. Then after subscription, don't forget to turn on notification bell for more updates daily. Bye bye, and may God bless you.